Welcome to Breaking Through with Melvin Pillay. I'm here in the south coast of South Africa. Beautiful day. Today's topic is uprooting the tree of despair. As I travel around the world, I find people from all walks of life coming to a place called despair or depression. Now, I'm not a psychologist or a doctor, and I'm going to speak from experience only, working with people from several different backgrounds. Everyone seems to come to a point in life where they are either in despair or even worse, depression. Now, I hope you never suffer with these things, but if you know somebody that does, or if you've suffered with if you've been through moments of despair in your life, I hope this encourages you. So what brings a person to the point of despair or depression? I simply believe there are stages that leads a person to that point. Firstly, stage number one is disappointments. When disappointments happen in your life and you don't catch those thoughts or deal with those emotions, and if you let it sit inside of you, it will eventually come to the next stage, which is discouragement. Now, discouragement is the opposite of encourage. A person who is discouraged can't be encouraged at the same time. Discouragement left undealt with comes to the next stage of disillusionment. At disillusionment, a person's at that point where their life doesn't seem to be valued much. Marriage, home, business, everything seems to be not that important any longer. Nothing seems to matter. Nothing seems to excite or encourage a person any longer. Now, disillusionment left undealt with will eventually become depression and the spirit of despair. So how do you overcome the spirit of despair? Well, God's joy is a tremendous weapon that we use to unlock this depression or despair out of our lives. Now, on the practical sense, what can you do? I would say if you ever find yourself with the spirit of despair or find yourself to a point of discouragement that actually leads to depression, friends, I suggest you start at stage one. Go back to the disappointments in your life. The thought patterns that make you disappointed, or when things happen in your life, disappointments, how do you deal with those? I would say very quickly deal when you are disappointed. Deal with those emotions quickly. Do not let disappointment become discouragement. Do not let discouragement become disillusionment, which will eventually become depression and the spirit of despair. Let the joy of God encourage you. Encourage yourself in God. These are the practical things you can do to get out of the spirit of despair and out of depression. So watch those 4 stages in your life and with the friends around you. Start with stage 1. How do you deal with disappointments? I hope this kind of enlightens you or brings some light into this topic that so many people suffer with, depression and the spirit of despair. Well, this is your friend Melvin Pillay from South Africa. My friends, I hope you never despair and are never discouraged, because the joy of the Lord is your strength. Thank you and God bless you.